welcome to another crafting video, and I'm going to continue with our Easy Make series and decorating our pages. So we have our pages all put together in some semblance of order, and you know, you'll find that there are spaces where we could put a bit of decoration on, where they look a bit plain or they need zhuzhing up in some way. So clusters are a really nice decorative feature to be able to put on a page to give it some decoration. And you know, they can be as simple or as delicate and involved and complicated, with beads and buttons and fabric and all sorts. You can do all sorts. So you know, have a look at clusters. Just put in a search clusters on YouTube, making clusters. I have got some in my own stash. I've got my wrong glasses on. I keep swapping glasses. I've got a pair of glasses on my head and a pair on my eyes, and the wrong ones. Right. So I thought we'd just make some quite simple ones, and no sewing. Generally, I like to put a bit of sewing on them, but we're trying to make things as simple as we can for this. So get our, you know, have a look through our papers and see what we can use. And basically, it's a bit of layering that's needed. So I've got these images that David got off the public domain for me, and I think he's got them ready to put in some kits or whatever, and I'll see if he can put a page on for you onto the Ko-fi account so you can print some off. This will be our topper, as it were. I've got some music, so you don't have to think about them too much. They don't have to be anything, you know, cut exact. It's not an exacting. We'll just make 4, shall we? Leave that there. I'll have that. I don't like that white edge showing. So if you tear it backwards, you don't get the white edge. If you want the white edge, tear it forwards if you don't already know that. Okay, so there we've got 4 base layers. Now, on top of that, we might decide we want a little bit of floral. Not our main image, but a little bit. Let's have a look at what we have got in here. Haha. Here we are. So I want some floral pieces on there. Now, you know, you don't have to think about it too hard. That'd be okay on there. That's on there. That on there, and that on there. So that's a little bit of floral. Now, a little bit of fabric. So I've got some little scraps here of that I use for my slow stitching, and we've got a bit of this. Oh, this is lovely. I think we'll put a bit of this angel. This is like angel hair. It's like a handmade, but you can't rip this. You have to cut it because it's the fibres are really tightly woven up. Just to add a little bit of glitter there. You don't have to put it all in right direction. And then we'll have a little, don't waste any of it. I'll have a little bit on there. Let's see. It's got a mind of its own, that bit. Doesn't matter if it's going over the edges, all part of it, isn't it, really? Let's have a look now if we've got a little bit of lace. I've got a little bit here of some old vintage lace. Let's have a cut at that. So how are you all? Hope you're all doing well. It's nice to hear from you all again. There's nothing much exciting. Nothing much exciting happening here. Let's not think there's anything much to tell you about. It's getting very autumnal, and the leaves are starting to drop, which is lovely. I love to see all the leaves. Don't like sweeping them all up. We've got loads in. There's some massive trees that next door, and like a wooded area, and all their leaves fall on our bit. You could just guess, couldn't you, that they would do that. And they're a nightmare. They're lovely to see, all the autumnal colours, but they're a nightmare to sweep. There we go. I like that. Okay, so I'm going to glue these down now. I've got my art glitter glue, which for layers I like to use it. And we're just going to really stick all our elements down. They don't take that long, really. And especially these no-sew ones, you know, they take no time at all, really. Might just tweak the shapes if you want a little bit. And then where did we have our lace? Doesn't really matter, I've forgotten where we had it. I'll just get a bit of scrap paper just to make sure that's going to stick. It will do. We're going to put an image on top of that soon. So can you see how pretty they start to look? The scrappy doos. So, you know, you could cut them exactly, you know, and have all the edges exactly square and level if you wanted, if that's the look you were going for. What have I done with my bit of lace off there? It's disappeared. Is that it? Yeah. You don't have to, if you want to have the texture, for it to be quite tactile, you don't have to stick every element down, every little aspect of it. And I think that's what I like about using the machine on top, just to give it a bit of extra interest, but also just to secure. You can also use a stapler. And my favourite little stapler that we are memory keepers, I haven't got a clue where it is. I mean, I'm lost without it because I really love it. I've got the staples. I've got some coloured staples left for it, but I can't find the actual stapler. Just being a bit cautious. I don't want it bringing the nail varnish off. We don't want that happening. That's 3 and then 4. I like to try and get my music the right way around. Doesn't really matter, but I do like to try and get it. There we go. So look how easy that was. Right, we'll leave that a minute to see if it will stick down a bit better. So there are bases. Easy as that. You could put a little bit of script on there. So can you see why I was saying the things that you print out, print some script, print some music, bit of flowered pattern, something a bit abstract. This is one of the ways that you can utilize those. Now, let's have a look at our flowers. I'm not very good at tearing. The hands don't want to tear. Now, I'm just going to edge round the flower. We don't want too much of the white showing in this instance. I always end up getting, like, when my thumb does the tearing, I always end up getting these little spiky bits of where my thumb, I don't know, it must be how I do it. There we go. And we've got our flower. Now, you can have it hanging over. Now, what I want to do here, obviously, we're trying to do it with as least supplies as possible, but I think that would be nice to have a little bit of inking around the edge. David, please, can you pass me off there and ink me? It's on the left-hand side at the front of the trolley. The ink pad, little ink pad and inker. You can talk amongst yourselves while David's looking. It's probably not where I've told him it is, which is my usual trick. Thank you. Have you lost me dobber? Me dobber dabber? Yes, that's it. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know if this has got any on there. This is Distress Ink from Ranger Tea Dyed. So we can just go around the edge. As I say, you don't have to do this. And I'm not a big inker. I don't ink a lot in my projects, but sometimes I think there's a place where it can just enhance what you're doing. That's that one. Okay. And can you see it? Just gives a little extra something, and especially if we've got it hanging over, it's it just defines it a little bit better. So we're going to have that there. Now, oh, I like that. I really like that. Now, let's have a look. We don't want them to overpower, and that's the thing. We can still see the other layers there. We don't want it to be overpowering. Right. Can you see what I mean? That's how they, the little thumb marks. You might want a little thumb mark. Be all right if we're doing Christmas trees. We're trying to get that shape. Oh, that's gone a bit wonky. Just tear a little bit more. of that on now. We could have it on there. Or do we no, actually, I think I like it on that one. We don't want, there's a little ladybird there, that'll be cute. Right, let's just ink the edges. I think I've got a bit of red left on this dauber, because it seems the tea dye one is usually quite subtle, so I think this might even be my red dauber. But anyway, it doesn't matter because it looks nice. There we go. And just sort of have a play around with your placement of it. So there we go, number 2. Now then, I don't want this to be too overpowering, so I think what I'm going to do with this image, I'm going to try and just get the individual flowers. It doesn't matter, you can print it again. I mean, or you could do, you know, something out of the Edith Holden book or whatever that you want to put on. I quite like that at the top, so let's inky pinky. There we go. Just give it a bit of a turn round till you decide which bit you like best. That one. And then finally, let's see if we can, oh, I don't know, that's a nice colour there. We might, let's see if we can get the whole thing there. No, it looks like an eyeball. Doesn't look like a flower, does it? Looks like eyeball. Oh no, I don't like it. Yeah. I also make my own daubers with, I've got one to show you at the minute. I get, you know, the tops from your glue sticks. I use them, put some Velcro on the top and then stick one of these renewable pads on it, and you've got yourself, you know, some inexpensive daubers. Right, that can go in there. Like so. Under there. Okay, now before you put them on your page, because you've got that, you can either leave it with just your flower highlighted, or you could go round. I don't think this really needs it, to be honest, but you could go round the edging with what's left on your brush, on your dauber. Right, so there we have. I'm going to put them on our pages now. 4 really lovely. That's got a mind of its own, that. I'm going, just because it's a bit thin, so I'm going to just tear that. That's better. for page decorations. So let's see where we could put them. And we can actually, now I wanted to put a pocket on there, didn't I? But, oh, no, I've changed my mind. Look at that, that's gorgeous. We'll put that on there then. Now, you see, you can get a conveyor belt going, can't you? You know, if you're just watching TV or something, and, you know, in an hour, it's surprising how many of these you could make in an hour. Oh, I love that on there. So when you open your page, et voila, that looks lovely. Let's see what we've got nearer the back. Now, the other thing you have to bear in mind is you don't want it to be too flimsy, or if it is flimsy, you can give a little bit of heft to, I like that there, to the paper. So it stops it being flimsy. So it, you know, if this is too heavy and you think it'll just weigh the paper down, then that's not suitable. But for such as this, it's giving a little bit of heft to a paper that would be a little bit too flimsy. So that is that one. And then I'll just quickly, where have I put the other signature? Put this one in here. Let's see. I actually think that that looks quite nice there because of the red that's in that pocket. So yeah, we'll put it there. That's holding now. So we open our page. That's really nice. Let's see what we've got at this side. This has got a few decorations on already. I think I'd use some papers. I'd use some papers out of, let's put it there, that I'd already decorated, I think, for this signature that I got loose. There. Oh, my bit of lace has dropped to bits. That's trouble. It's got holes in. It's dropped to bits. Right, then there we have it. Hope that's given you some ideas. So they're what we call clusters, if you don't already know. And yeah, really liking that. That's lovely. Okay then, my lovelies, thank you so much for joining me today. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Press that bell so that you can be notified for any upcoming videos. It really does help the channel out, this algorithm. You know, this algorithm malarkey is for the kids. We're not that technical. So the more you can do to help us by liking, sharing and subscribing, the better. We really do appreciate it. Okay then, keep safe out there. Take care. Bye-bye.